The hottest pop culture stories of the day, like Chappell Roan's security guard or not security guard speaks out. Plus, we have Devil Wears Prada 2T from Miranda Priestley herself. This is Hot to Go. I'm Brittany.
I'm Kendall.
And I'm Mike.
And we know that we had a lot of drama around a security guard that was verbalized that it was attached to Chappell Roan, talking down to Ada Law. Now, Ada Law is the daughter of Jude Law, and she was with her mother, Catherine Harding. She also has a stepdad who is a famous soccer player in Brazil, or where they are in Brazil. Is he in Colombia?
No, he's a Brazilian soccer player, too.
Okay. And so when this Ada, who was very excited to see Chappell Roan in concert and at her hotel, supposedly walked by and maybe looked at Chappell Roan, the security guard, I guess, dressed this girl down, talked to her mom, and talked to Ada. So much so, Ada didn't even want to go to the concert anymore. Her stepdad and her mom were irate, to which they went to social media and posted about it. Now, this soccer player, her stepdad has a lot of followers, so this blew up pretty quickly, to the extent that Chappell Roan, in her bed, lazily made a video saying, "I never saw this girl. I don't know who this is. That's not my security officer.
I don't hate children."
I don't hate children, which is like, hey, you're in a dark place if you have to verbalize that. Well, the mom of Ada, Catherine Harding, she came out and said this guy was definitely attached to Chappell Roan. I know it was her security officer.
Because it was not with the hotel, and the hotel even said they were not with us.
They're not with us. Well, Pascal Duvier finally speaks. He is the security guard. Would you like to hear what he says?
Yes.
I do not normally address online rumors, but the accusations currently circulating are false and constitute defamation.
Ooh.
I was at a hotel on behalf of another individual, and I was not part of the personal security team of Chappell Roan. The actions I took were not on behalf of Chappell Roan, her personal security team, her management, or any other individuals. He goes on to say, I made a judgment call based on information we obtained from the hotel, events I had witnessed in the days prior, and the heightened overall security risk of our location. My sole interaction with the mother was calm and with good intentions, and the outcome of the encounter is regretful.
I'm sorry. Back it up. This man literally said, I have to say something because it's so defamatory. I need to get my side out. I don't work for the hotel. I don't work for Chappell Roan. I just saw something, and because I'm a security guard, I felt like I should say something, but it was fine. What?
I think the other thing is he made sure he said my sole interaction, like he never talked to the 11-year-old. I mean, that's a pretty bold statement, because the big thing was the stepdad was like, he talked down to my stepdaughter, Ada, so much so she bawled. My sole interaction with the mother was calm and with good intentions.
What?
And now that we know more details, it does make sense that he's doing this. He has a security company. He was there, and we do know who he was there representing now. It was Sabrina Carpenter. So the night before, this is Lollapalooza, Brazil. The morning this happened, Sabrina was the headliner the night before.
Okay.
So they're staying at the same hotel. They probably are getting the same briefs, the same details from the hotel staff. Like, hey, this is what to look out for. This is an issue we've run into in the past, type of a thing. So he was there representing Sabrina Carpenter, and then had this whole thing play out and reacted how he did. Plus, he's got a reputation he's trying to keep as well, because he's represented a bunch of A-listers, including he was sued by the Kardashians.
For?
He was the security team when the gunpoint robbery happened in Paris. It was his security team.
Not great.
Oh, like they dropped the ball. Because, like, I don't know, Kim Kardashian got held at gunpoint and her jewels were never recovered. That one?
$6.1 million lawsuit from the Kardashians later. Yes, that is the company that this guy owns and obviously was representing.
I still just don't understand. You saw an 11-year-old girl look at a celebrity that you were not representing, just look at her and smile and then sit down and probably excitedly explain to her mom, that is Chappell Roan. I'm so excited. And you felt like that was a security threat you needed to take care of for, again, someone who wasn't even your client?
It's so weird. Like, what is if that is the case, like, you're making bad calls left and right. If that is actually what happened, so what? Even right, Kendall. Let's play it out like it was even as light as it was. You saw this 11-year-old breach a line of security, like maybe step on the carpet of an area she wasn't supposed to be in, and she goes back to her mom. And you think that is your duty to go to the mom. And here's the thing. Fun fact about us moms. We don't really need people like coming up to us and telling us, unless like legitly you're telling on my kid because she did something naughty, which thank you. But I don't need you to tell me about some fake nonsense. Like, I'm not watching her. Don't let her do this. No.
This is so wild. Also, there's something fishy about this because the way the security guard's apology is worded is so PR speak. Like, why would he come out and even say something?
Based on the information we obtained from the hotel, events I had witnessed in the days prior, and the heightened overall security of our location.
Based on the information we just heard from you, somebody paid you to take the fall on this. That's the way it feels. That's the vibe I'm getting. Like, Chappell was like, hey, our PR is getting destroyed because of this. Or people were like, look, someone's got to take the fall. Just say you did it. Here's a few $1,000,000, whatever. Like, it feels that way.
Even like you go, okay, well, I don't know. Because I go, I mean, his company would be ruined. I do feel like it was like, you either say it or we're going to say it.
Well, yeah, and that's why you basically just say, I personally, had this interaction. You just let it be there. You take full responsibility. And then if there is a lawsuit down the road, that lawsuit goes bye-bye. It's basically just a way for them to settle without having to go through the PR pulling of your name through the headlines.
It does make sense, though, because the way that Chappell handled this was literally like she had no idea what was happening.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you go, that actually clocks now, because everyone was like, she was so nonchalant about it, because she goes, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Yeah. Like, I'm in my bed right now.
Yeah.
Weird. So weird. So weird. All right, we got to talk about The Devil Wears Prada 2. We've been excited about this. A lot of times they try to do sequels and we're like, this isn't going to be great. But we got Anne Hathaway and Meryl Streep taking the streets now. Miranda Priestley herself. And she's like, listen, don't worry, guys. There won't be super, super skinny models in Devil Wears Prada 2. To which we all went, huh? So here's the deal. She was talking in an interview to Harper's Bazaar. I guess it was like, it's this very open, very big interview with her about not just this, but a lot of other things in her life. And she said, Annie and I, Anne Hathaway, were at the Milan Fashion Week. And she said, quote, we were struck by how not only beautiful and young the models were, but alarmingly thin they were. She said, I thought that we had taken care of this years ago. And like, she said, Annie clocked it too, Anne Hathaway. And immediately was like, hey, listen, when we have models in the show, because we are supposed to be part of like Runway, aka Vogue magazine, we want to make sure that that is not something that we are going, everyone should look like this. This is the way that America should be. And this is like what we should put on a pedestal. She said, so we were promised that the models in the show were going to be put together for our film and not be so skeletal. And those were her words. And then they go on a little bit to like talk about how she's loved so much that people were so excited for this. And she goes, it's funny, while we were filming, it got so bad with fans though, that at one point, like they were walking in front of the cameras.
Yeah.
We had to set up barriers. She goes, Anne handled it really well. I did not. She's like, I was not really enjoying that side of things. It's a fun interview, but I think that part is really grabbing attention because people are going, oh, like, you're right. I thought we did address this a long time ago. A la the Victoria's Secret fashion show getting canceled.
No.
A la we have sizes for everyone.
No,
apparently that's not the case at all.
No, and it's just, I like watching runways a lot. And the way they always say is like, you may be somebody who can book a job here in the U.S., but you have to lose about 40 pounds if you want to go to Europe, because those are, and it's always been the trend. It's always the trend, and it's like never gone anywhere. It's kind of funny because America's Next Top Model doc, I mean, they talk about it. It's like at the end of the day, that's what the fashion industry, all these designers want their outfits to look a certain way on a tiny person, and they choose tiny people. And again, some of these people you go, okay, like they're, you can't attack them for looking that way. But when you go one model after the other and we're only representing a certain body type.
Right.
And again, it's just wild because this is just the way the fashion industry is. The funny thing is consumerism. It's the Sofia Vergara of it all. Sell your stuff in Walmart, and girls that look like your everyday person were for the masses. If you want to make big money, it's not going to be on, I don't know what that outfit would look like on me.
Right.
And so it's like, it's so funny. This is all just, that industry is, I don't know what would ever change that. I don't know what has, it's never like, this isn't like it's going back to that. Kendall, it's always been that way.
Yeah. Well, according to Miranda Priestley, she was not aware.
Which is crazy.
And I can see that. I can see Meryl Streep being like, I haven't gone. They only went to those fashion shows to promote this movie and get people excited about it, right? Like, and she's like, I don't see that every day, But I also just love that she calls her Annie the whole interview. She's like, Annie clocked it. She took care of it. Annie handled all the people being so excited way better than I did. I'm like, yeah, Annie Anne Hathaway. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, we got to talk about Meghan Markle. This is one of those moments, Radar Online, I think, got it right. So we know that Meghan Markle is preparing to return to acting. I've been saying this from day one, by the way. As soon as they did the Oprah interview of like, what are we going to do next? And I said, go back to Suits because they need you, Meghan Markle. Well, Radar Online is claiming they've got insiders that are saying that there's just nowhere else to turn. And that she's had so many issues with media ventures and scaled back deals that she's in a place of like, I don't have anything else to do. And I get that's extreme the way they're saying it. But I will say this. Meghan Markle needs a win, and it might just be for personal reasons. It might be for like, what direction am I going? But going back into acting is a great idea for her.
Yeah, I don't know why she wouldn't at this point.
Right? Yeah. I mean, there's less on the line. There's less involvement. You show up on a set.
Right, and she doesn't have to be a main character.
No.
Be like the side character who plays yourself. I mean, there's so many ways that she could go about this. And that's what people, to your point, Brittany, that's what people want. And that's how she could get her as ever brand out there because she's her. And you're like, God, she just has that je ne sais quoi. Like, the more she can put herself out there in the way that she did when she started dating Harry. Yeah. People were like, I love what she wears. Oh, her the Tig, that looks like a really cool website. I just like her vibe and how she was such a like feminist at a young age. Like, people like Meghan Markle from before she was super famous. And then she really had to get reclusive through, honestly, I can say, I would think no fault of her own because of the way she was attacked. Plus, she was part of the monarchy now. Listen, if you want all this crap to stop, go back to the person that you were, at least on a level that is safe and that is comfortable. But like, why are we pretending that we have to uphold these standards that you don't have to anymore and people don't want you to?
No, they want you to be in their living room, in their house. They would love you to be a side character on something. It is going to be the quickest way to get back to, first off, gaining some momentum and some success because you need some. Like winners keep winning kind of vibe, right? Like that would feel good for you to have a moment where like, we loved her in this, or she was funny in this, or she did well in this. Like, that'll be good for you in general. But also, like, we do want to see you as a human. We want to see you do these things that are not, like, royalty adjacent. We don't care about that. You were a royal for, like, 10 minutes. So, like, come back, freaking, Hollywood vibes. We'd love it. We'd love to see it.
And you both called it because that's exactly what she's doing. She is going to be starring as herself in the Amazon film Close Personal Friends that is starring Brie Larson, Lily Collins, Jack Quaid. That has already been filmed. We just don't have a release date on it yet. But she's coming back. And she's going to play herself.
And that's like, Megan, that's what you should do. Like, Harry's doing that right now. He's really stepped back from I'm going to be a producer of these shows. I'm going to do the stuff behind the camera. Bro, we want to see you. People like you. He's like, all right, I'm going to focus a lot of my energy on doing a lot of these charity events that have always meant a lot to me. That's why people thought of him as the people's prince, because it was just like his mom. His endeavors behind the scenes were through public outreach and helping people. If he's going back to that, Megan, go back to your roots. We want you on TV. We want you on the silver screen. And also, we want you in some cute outfits that then we want you to sell to us.
Calm down on the silver screen. Go on like the small black screens on our phones and TVs.
Well, that's what she's doing. That's
what I'm saying.
prime,
We don't even want you on TV. We don't even want you in movies. we want you on a streaming service. For now, just say slow win. Slow win. Don't worry about the movies yet. We'll get there.
Whatever. All right, real quick. Jessie Draper. She, somebody who is in the Mormon Wives universe. She was just on Call Her Daddy, and I didn't listen to the full interview. I don't watch the Mormon Wives, so like Mormon Wives, whatever. I can never say it. But I will say this. The little clips that I've watched that are going around my social media algorithm, her divorce with her husband sounds awful.
Yeah.
She's talking about how they thought, number one, she said, I was under the understanding that we were going to tell our kids together. And then he publicly told everybody that we were going through divorce. That happened. And then I tried to get a hold of him, to which I was told he was no longer talking to me.
And she was the one that initiated the divorce.
And she's like, hello?
I said it, and I said, we can do it on our timeline. So she was the one who wanted the divorce. He did not.
And then she comes forward with, he won't even talk to me now without lawyers present or somebody present. She goes, that's fine. This is the same man who also admitted after we went to therapy to try to salvage this marriage that it was all of his fault because he was emotionally abusive. And then finally, to like top it all off, he loved to mom shame her when she would want to travel for work or, I don't know, just work in general, do anything outside of the house. The way that she talks about how he would talk about their kids and how he had to watch them. She's like, this is a partnership. You're not a babysitter. You chose to have these children with me. It's a narrative that is so like old as time that women have to talk to their husbands like, you're not a babysitter. This sounds awful for this girl.
Yeah, no, and I've seen them, on the show, and it's not great. He really gives like, well, how am I supposed to fulfill all my dreams? And it's like, what do you want to do?
Yeah, well,
she's making so much money. The amount of these husbands that complain, the only one who doesn't do this is Whitney's husband, who's like, get a girl, like I'll ride your coattails. Everybody else's husbands are like, no, like your thing's great, and I get that you're making 5 times as much as I am, but like I need to be making I'm the breadwinner. And it's like, well, you're not. I mean, you're just not. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, I could sit here and dance around and be like, you're more important. But the reality of it is if roles were reversed and you had an opportunity to make 5 times as much as me, I would take default parent mode, which is a great place to be. And I would go, I can build what I can, but I will obviously support you as you make more money.
Yeah.
But the men in this community can't do that. Like, it's one of them on this show, Kendall, I think it's the Afflecks, is not to be confused with Ben Affleck. I think it's the Jennifer Affleck and her husband, is that he wants to go to med school. So he keeps complaining that she makes so much money and does so much on social media. But he's like, well, remember, I still need to go to med school. And it's like,
what?
Then do it.
And go to med school.
Then go to med school.
With all the money that I'm making, so you don't have to take out a loan. You're welcome.
It blows my mind. The community that they're from, you're going to sleep every night with somebody who is your biggest hater, who's like holding you down constantly, is like a weighted vest on you. And every night you're going, good night, I love you. And they're secretly wishing for your demise.
Weird.
I know.
It's Hot to Blow.
At this point in Hot to Go, we head on over to Mike Ganger, our blind item expert. What secret on the internet might be the next to blow?
I don't know if it's much of a secret, but David Harbour is at it again.
Oh.
This time, though, it seems like he's in good spirits, but he just wants everyone to know, especially Lily Allen, his ex-wife, who was performing at the same location he was at the night before. I'm here with a young blonde woman. Look at me, everybody. Hi. Let me fill in the story. David Harbour was just in London for an HBO Max pop-up thing they did. A bunch of the big stars from HBO Max series were all a part of this. And David Harbour was one of them. And he's got that show, by the way, DTF St. Louis.
Yeah, it looks funny.
And people are saying it's great. So he's in it with Jason Bateman. But he was at this event. And then the night after it, Lily Allen was actually performing nearby, and then at a very big London hotspot right near where Lily Allen was performing, he was seen on a date with a much younger blonde person. We don't know who it was. Well, let me refrain. We didn't know who it was. Now we do.
Who is it?
Somebody who Matt Smith would not be happy to know that David Harbour was acting like this was a date because it's his girlfriend, Emma Lard, I think is Laird.
It's Matt Smith's girlfriend?
It's Matt Smith's girlfriend, yeah. She was in 28 Years Later, in The Brutalists, in Mayor of Kingstown. That is who I put together a couple Dumois articles, and I believe this is the young, attractive woman that he was on a date with. And by the way, on this date, he was like, everyone that was talking to Dumois were like, he was vocal, he was laughing, his arms were flailing around, he was having a grand old time. Make sure everybody sees who I'm with.
And you know that.
Yeah.
This has worked before. Like Lily Allen, this gets her irate. Now, will this work again? Because, I mean, she's been pretty done with him.
Yeah.
But she's still touring. Her whole tour and bit is literally at some point in the show, she starts pulling out texts of her and David Harbour that just say like awful things on them.
Oh my God.
So I go... Either like she's going, well, I have to tour this album. And the whole thing was when I was mad. And is she still mad? Is she still in a place that this is going to bug her? Like, we will find out. This might have worked because, like, she's been triggered by this before.
This man is a child. Honestly, they're kind of both children at this point. Like,
feels that way.
It's just ridiculous. Don't they have 2 kids together, too?
No, they actually are. None of them are his kids. They were from a previous relationship. They're her kids.
Got it.
But
I'm just like... You're both such children.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like the way that you are acting and reacting to each other, grow up. Also, David Harbour, seek help.
Yeah, like I am also worried. It wasn't that long ago David Harbour was yelling at a man on a beach about his kids not being his. Like, as much as I agree, like, Kendall, you're right. And Mike, you're right too. They should grow up. But I go, hey, there's actually a bigger problem happening. It's like we're addressing a sliver and somebody's bleeding out of their femoral artery. Like, let's probably fix that.
At least he seems happy. I mean, like,
manic.
He screamed at a rando saying, "Your kids are not your dad, or they're not your dad." His kids.
Well,
it was
didn't
insane.
he have a diagnosis?
He does. Yes, he has
bipolar?
talked about his bipolar diagnosis in the past.
It's giving manic.
It is. Again, hopefully he's in a better place now.
Oof.
Yeah. Let's do another. Let's find out the hot mess.
It's hot mess.
All right. At this point, this is just sad, and everybody needs to leave Taylor Frankie Paul alone. Like, everybody just needs to stop at this point. We're over it. We're done. We gotta move on from this. So, this is the headline that we're seeing on Us Weekly right now. Taylor Frankie Paul cries over divorce, begs for her dad in body camera footage from 2023 arrest. It goes on to talk about how that infamous video that got The Bachelorette closed and canceled for the season came out, and how towards the end of it, she tells officers, listen, I just got a divorce. I'm really not in a good place. Please tell me what I did wrong so I won't do it again. Talking about Dakota Mortensen, her then boyfriend. He pushed me in the garage. I don't even really care. I just want to be done. I just want to go home. I just want my dad. And I read that. I see that and I go, are we done yet? Like, we already know this footage exists.
Yeah.
Came out a week ago. We know the arrest happened a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not excusing behavior. What I'm saying, what is such a mess, is this whole thing. We are digging and digging for every little kernel to make a story out of. This woman is crying for her father and in a really vulnerable, I'm not excusing her, but vulnerable bad place, to the point where the man who called the police, or at least was part of this situation, Dakota Mortensen, even says, yeah, she's not in a great place right now. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, like I think that we have made the sacrifice.
Yep.
This person has, like, let's just take a beat. Let's quit pulling stuff up about the incidents that we actually knew everything about.
Yes.
And this footage was probably something you could have had. Anybody could have access to because it was a body cam on something that they had that was an arrest. Like, I think that now it feels, it's starting to, it's always felt kind of gross, but now it feels really gross.
Yes.
Because, like,
you're taking advantage of someone at this point.
And like the courts are going to figure it out, right? He's got a temporary full custody of the kids.
His kid.
And now she, so let's just take a beat and kind of let this breathe. Let's not keep throwing things on this. It makes me nervous.
And sadly, I really would bet against that happening because let's not forget, we have another case now that was a year after this video that we saw. Yes. And then another one that the cameras were actually rolling during season 5 of filming of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
That was the most recent one?
That was the most recent one.
They know for sure that the cameras were rolling.
Well, we know filming was taking place at the same time of the... We don't necessarily know the cameras were rolling yet.
Okay.
And we don't know, we don't know the extent. And I don't think we will have that much footage only because they continue to film The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives when it first happened.
But this was also from his phone. So, he could have footage from his phone of this most recent one. So we have And I think he's the type of person that's going to keep using it as much as he can.
Yeah.
All right. Please tell us what you think in the comments. I want to know what you think about Meghan Markle. Should she go back to acting? Do you think she should try to, have another weird goop line? Tell us, please. Like, subscribe, all of the things.